Hey, it's 28mm RPG in widescreen. So, we're going to talk about the game session that I just had on Sunday night, just to show you basically how much prep I kind of threw into it, if you can call it that. And, uh, and this is loosely called prep. Because I was planning on going into this without really much at all. So, um, just to give you an idea here, I'm going to pull this camera off of here so you can see what exactly I have here. So, this is my entire notes for the entire game. So, excuse the scuffed knuckles. I ended up pulling some weeds out today. So, I'm done. I can do some gaming stuff here. So, first thing that I wrote down was I wanted something that was going to be kind of quick and so you can see my chicken scratch here, and basically it's wake up to klaxons, confusion, escape pod, and then I just wrote down a couple of things that the escape pod might be saying to him. I wrote down smoke here for some reason, and then crash on planet. I gave the planet a name just in case there was any kind of way of him getting any information on it. Core and Rosalie. The only thing that I had prepped for the game itself was the name Rosalie, so I was going to be the theme. My next game also has a theme title, which I will kind of integrate as well. It might be the name of the ship or something like that. So that's about it. So I wrote down some simple stuff for Core. Core is just a barbarian guardian, and Rosalie is wearing a scales dress. So scales dress, that sort of thing. Rosalie must follow her destiny. This is my destiny. That's kind of her, pretty much all she says, really, and kind of related to that kind of idea. And I wrote, anyway, she's going to be the sacrifice to the elder gods. So, Temple of Talok, other things, translator. This is going to be the AI and all that stuff. So I didn't write down AI, but I just decided AI was going to help him. Help Spencer throughout this game. Tree asps, so this was going to be a thing where they were ducking down and avoid. It wasn't going to be any kind of a danger or anything, but it was a foreboding telling that, oh yeah, this planet's pretty bloody dangerous. I wrote down spiderlings here, and I didn't even put that in there, so I didn't even use it. Instead, I opted for some big carnivorous thing to fly down, and he ate Core, uh, which is what happened. You see, I didn't really put down anything for NPC motivations other than basically what I'm running through my head is Core is the guardian. He's taking Rosalie to her destiny, and that was it. They happened to see Mitchell crash, and they questioned him whether or not he was a god from the stars, and silly Spencer said that he was, and it went from there. Ape men, Rocky ape men, spears, that sort of stuff. Yeah. And if you see in the in the episode, I rolled to see Core's intervention with the fight, and I rolled. I think I rolled like either a 11 or a 12 on the 2d6, so it was pretty epic. And I made it sound epic when I guess he threw his blade. He threw one of his small blades at the creature that was trying to rip off Rosalie's dress, and killed it like outright. Except I made it kind of fuddle around. I thought Spencer would get up and kick it over or something like that, but he said he was just and Spencer's learning. Spencer is he's stuck in 5e games before I came along, and now he's learning how to role play his character instead of just following the die rolls. I remember the first time we got together, and and he was interested in joining one of my games. He heard that I played like role playing games. The first thing that he said was, "I roll perception, my perception check." And I'm like, no, 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 no. I didn't say that, but that's the first thing that entered my mind was no. There's no, sorry, Spencer. There is no perception checks here. That is not how this game system works. So um, you instead of relying on dice to dictate every kind of thing that you would be doing, you're going to be, you know, basically asking questions about the surroundings, if anything. And I describe things to you, and then you investigate whatever it is that's in front of you, and that you may wish to pursue to investigate further. Now, let me get rid of the iCam here. And okay, I guess we could throw on this Logitech here. Hello, I'm alive. Kind of a weird light in here, so maybe I should throw some light on myself. Hold off here. All right. So in case you're wondering, behind me, that's where I paint. So that's my painting desk. I go ahead and pull off the top now to reveal a full-on gaming table with an embedded big screen TV. Well, it's a kiosk screen, touch screen underneath there. Cannibalized off of a kiosk that was going to be taken away to. It ended up going to cost them less to have me take it and and use it for my own means than it was to go ahead and get some truck to come pick up. There was actually two kiosks, and one of the screens was broken, so I ended up taking apart the one kiosk and taking the screen out of it. It's a huge 40-inch screen in there, and I embedded it into a large table. Actually, I made that table behind me even larger by expanding it a little bit further by a couple of feet, and then I cut the center out, and then put the TV in there, and I've got the cloth cover on the rest of the table, and it works out great. So that's for our role-playing games coming up, which we're going to be broadcasting live as well. So, and that will be coming up soon. Probably more around the end of August when I have my holidays. So, and it's going to be a staycation. So I want to play some games here and some board games and stuff on that table, and get that going. Now, forget about everything in your virtual tabletop, all the bells and whistles and stuff. All you really need here, and I'll show you, is just use the character sheets. Is nice and handy so that the players can see and update their characters. As you've seen on my piece of paper, I had written down the strength, dexterity, and endurance of Mitchell, and that was it. That's all I needed. So I was marking off how much damage Mitchell was taking, and taking in stock what he would be doing to rectify a situation. As you can see, that was one of those. It's a ring disc binder. These I get at Staples, so I get the book over at Staples. I have a few of them here. I always have spares of these guys. These are awesome. So I can take one of these sheets and, I've made little PDFs to go ahead and copy these out. This is specifically for Traveler. And so it's got enough room there to, oh, that's not the right one. This is the right one. Here we go. This is the one for Traveler. I have a Traveler and some stuff here for Castles and Crusades. So yeah, I have both just in case I need to make some NPCs on the fly and anything that I need to have like for sure written down, like their strength and stuff like that. But this will have everything that I need to refer to on the character sheet if I'm running it out of the book. I don't have to go to this screen here on the virtual tabletop. I have my book laid out in front of me with all my notes like you've seen and play it out of there. Forget using the targeting, forget using the map and the fog of war unless you really, really, really want to use something like that. Uh, like the targeting system slows you down because you're bringing up this combat tracker. I'll bring it up here. Here's a combat tracker. So in a combat tracker, you're going to end up having to go in here and do targeting. So then you drag this onto a new target. So be it Commander Larson here, and Captain Warman is targeting, and then you'll have to de-target them if they're gonna go ahead and switch targets to another one, and it's a time soak. You don't want a time soak. You just want to play through and go with the flow. You want to have that the game continuing on with as little annoyances like this at hand. So yeah, like I was showing here because I didn't have it, I had it hidden underneath me. Yeah, this is targeting. So now when Captain Warman can go ahead and attack with his laser pistol, it will target, and then you go ahead and roll the laser pistol. Roll. I mean, yeah, it's cool, and it's telling you where the attack is going to there. And then when you do damage, you click the damage, and it actually damages the opponent. You can do this on paper. Do it on paper. Do all that stuff on paper, because this, sure, cool, but board gamey. I want to stay away from as much board gamey stuff as possible. Assets, like pictures, images, stuff like that. Great. Use them. Bring them up. Share what it is. You can go ahead and share this as as an item for everybody to check out. You can you can have different images brought up and share them with your players so that they know what it is that they're facing. Throw all that stuff in your assets. There's a you can look in your assets here and open up the folder, and in your folder you can add all this stuff in there, and away they go. It makes it easier for you to portray a picture. So throw your Instagram thingies in there, or whatever you've collected over the years that you want to use during the session, or have it on standby as a collection of items that you can just pop in, like say it's an alien vista with a sunset or something. That's what you want to portray to your players, to give them the sense of what's happening. Do that. But yeah, forget doing the maps. I mean, sure, you can show a map to, for example, I did that with the here with the game map here. I gave him an idea of what the ship looks like as far as the deck plan goes. Very simple. I did this in a little AutoCAD program that I recommended a week ago, and you can easily just show where the location of players are if you need to do that. But use it loosely. Don't use it as the utmost thing that you would be using with the combat tracker and stuff. It just soaks up too much time. Too much time. And if you've seen that with my first couple of videos, that's exactly what I was getting frustrated with, was having to target, retarget, make sure things are all working. You don't want to do that. You don't want to have these extra headaches. Just play simple, play with a book in front of you and your notes, and boom, just play it out. Your imagination is a lot more faster than you rooting through this whole interface and trying to find the exact stats of that exact creature on the combat tracker, wherever that one would be. You don't want to work with that. I did put some of these on my map in order to kind of show their location at the time, but I wasn't going to use it for any kind of combat purposes, because that's, like I say, just too much of an issue. You got a really easy task difficulty system down here in the bottom. So if we eliminate all this extra stuff in your face, to kind of show you down below here, you see my cursor. So down here you can change the task difficulty from 2 to 6, 4, 8, whatever, 12, 14, 16, whatever, and it's going to calculate that for whatever they roll. Now they can roll by putting the dice into the little taskbar here like this, or they can go ahead and bring up their character sheet, which they probably have open already. Let's open up Boris here, and you just tell them, okay, if they're gonna be rolling a say for example some sort of an action, then let them roll their strength. There you go. That'll combine any kind of calculations with what their current strength value is at, and it'll alter it like so. So you can do that easy. And then if they want to use their weapon, there we go. They're using their weapon. It's not targeting anything, but if you go ahead and situate their difficulty according to what they would need to hit, say it's a fairly routine task, then they can go ahead and do that. That's the most I do as far as them wanting to utilize the interface here, or as far as I want to do to utilize the interface. So it gives you the totals. You don't have to worry about adding numbers, subtracting numbers. It's all done. It's all in the interface. So you can assign the characteristic, of course, like advanced combat rifle would be dexterity. Blade, maybe they're using strength. So, whoop, I keep on missing. There we go. And then strength for... so it adds all those modifiers in there for you. And you don't have to worry about, add this, minus this, whatever. You don't have to do that. Just make the roll. As long as they know where to roll, and that's what you're going to have to do with your players, is get them... to know where everything is on their sheets. I know the guys only play like once a week, so sometimes I need to refresh them on where things are. Eventually, if we were playing this every day, they would know exactly where everything is. So it depends on how many times you play per week. They'll catch on fairly quick. So that's everything I kind of wanted to show. You don't need tons of prep, and we ended up doing a 2-hour session on what I had written down on that book. So you don't need much. And if you practice, you can run things just through your mind, theater of the mind, and it works. It makes a good pulpy experience that goes on, and you don't have to worry about interference with the interfaces. So that's what I have to say here. So I mean, if you feel like it, give me a thumbs up or hit the subscribe button because it's always cool. Subscribe.